The Reagan Institute actually started as an experiment. Could we bring together scientists, engineers, and medical doctors, pool their untapped knowledge and creativity, and create an environment of cross-disciplinary collaboration to tackle the greatest global health challenges of our time? Our vision was bold: to harness the immune system to prevent and cure human disease. Now, 15 years later, the success of that experiment lays the foundation for the next phase, anchored in an incredible new home, specifically built for collaboration and innovation, really built for impact.
So I first met Bruce Walker in 2006, and that led to me 2 weeks later joining him on a trip to Africa. And while I was there, I had the opportunity to sit in with the clinician as she was seeing HIV patients. All three were young women, perhaps late teens, early 20s. All three were dying, and the third one was dying right there in front of me with congestive heart failure. So on the way back to the airport, I explained to Bruce that I wished there was something I could do to help. And that began an interesting conversation, and we conceived the idea that there would be a better way to do research, which led to the Reagan Institute.
15 years ago, Terry recognized the remarkable strides Mass General, MIT, and Harvard were making independently in understanding the immune system. His vision was to unite their efforts, transforming individual progress into collaborative advancements. Terry believed that by combining the strengths of these three great institutions, their collective impacts would be stronger and better together.
One of the famous early research studies that came out of the Reagan was a study devoted to elite controllers.
We'd established a cohort of over 1,000 individuals. There have been at least 400 projects that have been initiated with those samples.
How can we apply what we learned in elite controllers to the other 99.5% of people living with HIV?
And we think we've now figured out how people are controlling HIV on their own. But more importantly, we think it may be actionable. And to me, that's incredibly exciting.
It is a human immunology institute kind of at its core. But I think what's really differentiating, defining, what definitely drew me, I think drew a lot of my students, is that focus on global health.
The diseases that we study are HIV and TB and influenza, COVID-19, malaria, autoimmunity, and cancer.
What attracted me most to the Reagan is the collaborative nature of the Institute. All of the scientists are coming in with disparate backgrounds and strengths.
And I think the Reagan Institute has done a very good job of recruiting engineers, microbiologists, computationally-oriented people, and traditional immunologists. And I think that bridging of interdisciplinary science with that mission statement with flexible funding creates an environment that is hard to replicate.
Where can you find places that you can literally knock on your neighbor's wall and say, I have a question, and they have an actual insight?
Being in a place where fundamental scientists and clinicians are brought together and where everyone's ideas are respected is really unusual.
The Reagan has really invested in young scientists. They're very committed to continuing that training process, but enabling individuals to start doing that research at the same time.
It's not who we are, but who we are going to be. And those young people that we have are going to be really the game changers of what is going to be the Institute in the next 50 years.
The building is both an acknowledgement of sort of what we've accomplished up to date, but also represents an opportunity and a responsibility to kind of build upon what we've already done to redouble our efforts to try to have even more impact.
The space in the new building is truly inspirational. It's just so thoughtful that the new building has a child care center on site to support young faculty and their mentees with families.
I know we're here for a ribbon cutting of this transformative facility. What's exciting is we don't even know all of what's going to come out of here. We do know, though, one thing, and that is based on the track record of the Reagan Institute and its partners, it will change the world for the better.
Enabling scientists to apply their ideas and their power into solving a problem is what the Reagan Institute has done to the community.
This is the real gift that Terry and Susan have left us. They've left us an institutional structure that can carry on for the next 50 or 100 years and longer to address issues that aren't going to go away so easily.
I'm really thankful that they kind of give us the ability to make science fiction a reality.